What's going on, Maggie? How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, today we just kind of want to talk about your transformation, your experience so far, because you made really, really great fucking progress. So before we even kind of get into anything, I do want you to just introduce yourself, name, where you're from, how old are you, and just about your lifestyle right now.
My name is Maggie. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm 22 years old. Um, in my lifestyle, I try to live like a healthy lifestyle. Um, like very active, go to the gym, hang out with friends, family.
Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, before anything, right? Because I know you've made really good progress in the transformation aesthetic dream program. But I do want to kind of get into your story first. I think it's really, really important, right? Just like where you were at before the coaching program. How were you feeling, energy levels, your body, your mindset, your discipline, etc. Right? So kind of going back to that. Let's kind of go back to that and then talk to me about like how you were before, your energy
Mhm.
levels, body, and stuff like that.
So before the program, I had like experience in the gym. However, I feel like I wasn't always training hard and I also like didn't really know how to train hard. Had some experience in the gym and like some knowledge of fitness. However, I was never consistent. I was very like inconsistent.
Mhm.
And when I was inconsistent, I would think that I was like being consistent by like maybe eating around the same calories, but not hitting like the exact macros every day,
Mhm.
or kind of like not setting a strict schedule with the gym,
Mhm.
not drinking enough water, maybe getting a lot of steps one day because of work, and then like not a lot of steps the next day.
Yeah.
So I'd say like I did have experience, however, there is like a lack of discipline and inconsistency that I
Yeah.
had that I wasn't even able to realize until the program.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that was before, right? So, like, I think before I knew you were already lifting and stuff like that, right? So you mentioned you were trying to be consistent, but you were inconsistent. You didn't really, from the sound of it, you didn't really have structure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of going back to that, I do want to kind of talk about as well, like, we'll still talk about before with how you were before, with just like your body, how's that, how's your mindset, how's your discipline overall, how's your energy levels, kind of before joining the coaching program.
So before, my energy levels were kind of like all over the place again because like I wasn't being consistent with like what I was eating.
Yeah.
I wasn't having like proper pre-workout meals, not drinking too much water consistently. Um, and my body, I feel like when I would try to like be disciplined and like consistent, which was never really like consistent
Yeah.
before. Um, I never really saw the progress that I wanted to with my body, just like losing some extra body fat, like some water weight. And I never saw that because I wasn't being consistent. So like sometimes I would lose hope or like kind of just like get stuck in like what am I doing wrong? Because I wasn't again like I didn't know what it was to be like as disciplined
Yeah.
as I could be and like to push myself as I did.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like that's where a lot of people kind of give up, right?
Hmm.
Which I'm happy you didn't, right? Because obviously now
Yeah.
you're absolutely fucking killing it. So,
Thank you.
I feel like at that point everyone kind of goes through that in the beginning where it's like, I'm gonna try, and it's like they get to a certain point, they're like, it's not moving, like the progress, the scale, how I look, it's not moving, and that's usually when a lot of people quit.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to that, right? With how you were before, with everything, what would you feel like for you was just like the biggest challenge with fitness before even joining the transformation program? So, what was the
Mhm.
biggest challenge for you that you felt you really truly needed help with?
I feel like definitely like calorie counting and like being like consistent.
Mhm.
Um of course that's important, but I feel like I like I said before, I would count my calories, but sometimes, like, I'd let a weekend go or,
Mhm,
like, a specific day go,
mhm,
or, I wouldn't, like, meet my protein was, like, very inconsistent. Um, so I feel like having that more of, like, that structure and that discipline with, like, making sure that I am meeting, like, my macros and stuff
yeah.
definitely helps a lot because that was something that, I definitely did need a push with.
Yeah, absolutely. So for you, from the sound of it, it's just the accountability. Because I know you were trying it on your own. I know you were trying the calories and macros and stuff like on your own, but you didn't really see the
Mhm.
consistency. So, would you say it was like more of like the accountability of just like having somebody there?
Yeah, definitely, 'cause, I think that helps a lot. Because of course, when you're, like, just doing it by yourself, it's so easy just to, like, let things go by or, like, not be so disciplined with yourself or, like, as structured or as strict. But when you have, like, someone else there that's, like, also there to help you,
Mhm,
um, it helps you kind of, like, push yourself because also knowing that, I guess just having, like, another, like, authority figure there
mhm.
that's, like, obviously there to help you, with your fitness. I don't know if any of that made sense.
No, it does. It does. Yeah, absolutely. I
Mhm,
think it's for a lot of people, including myself in the past, like it's dropping their ego and just like being able to like, okay, like I don't know everything. And
yeah,
speaking from that, I also have a coach. I've helped over 460 people, but I also have a coach myself, right? It's because again, everyone needs somebody to get to that next level. Even like the Mr. Olympia, Chris
mhm,
Bumstead, he has a coach. So it's like when people say I don't need a coach, it's like, what are you saying? So
yeah,
yeah, kind of going through that, right? I know we're kind of talking about like how you were before, like how the lifestyle was and everything. And obviously getting consistent with your big was your biggest challenge, and just the accountability, not really having anybody there. So right now, like obviously kind of going through the program, let's kind of talk about like what have you achieved so far, how you feel now, just things like that.
yeah, so I feel like, again, going back on the macros, I always had a difficult time increasing my macros just because of, like, the fear it comes with that, like, "Oh, am I gonna gain weight?"
Mm,
Like, "What's gonna happen?" Like, the unknown, like, really scared me, but when I joined your program, that was, like, the first thing we did was increase my calories, and some nights were tough because, like, I would come home from work and it'd be, like, 9 o'clock, and I just would be like, "I wanna go to sleep. I don't wanna get this last meal in," but then I, again, like, would kinda just, like, drop my ego and just be like, "No, like, just go get that last meal in, meet your macros, your calories," and that's what I did, and, I feel like it has just shown, like, since I've been so consistent, like, not only with my fitness, with eating, and just, like, other habits too, it's shown, and I've, like, just kind of proven to myself to just, like, um, be consistent, don't give up, and also just, like, trust someone else too
mhm.
with, like, what they're telling you and, um sorry, my brain fog is pretty bad
No,
today.
you're good. You're good. Yeah. So I mean, like, I think the main thing was, you were kind of scared of like increasing food, right?
Mhm.
So as you increased food, obviously with that, like, was it a good thing or a bad thing? Like, how are you feeling now about it? About that?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now I'm, like, not scared of it, like, I have, like, my energy levels are really good, I'm able to, like, push more at the gym,
Mhm,
lift heavier, gain more muscle, burn more fat, um, and also, like, that's just, like, been proven to me too, like, through the program. My progress pictures, like, when I was eating more,
mhm.
I was, like, still, like, dropping.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's one main thing too. A lot of people don't really understand. It's like, hey, how do you eat more and then lose fat and then
Mhm,
gain muscle altogether, right? So I feel like that was, I guess, one realization from you. I think
mhm.
as we were doing the coaching. So for you now, right? Let's what do you feel like you've achieved? Through the program, whether it's like with your body, your mindset, all these things. Like, what do you feel like you've achieved now?
I feel like I've proven to myself, that I can show up for myself and, like, be consistent, And I know what consistency looks like too, and I know what I need to do to like achieve like just a little goal towards like a bigger goal. Like for example, like a dream physique or something like that. Like along those lines, like I know kind of that I just need to be consistent and not give up on myself
Mhm.
as I like may have before.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, with that being said, obviously for you now, you've you're going through a transformation. You've made a lot of fucking progress. And again, I'm so fucking proud of you. I've said it before. So I'll say it again. I'm so fucking proud of you. Um, so kind of going through this, right? Of you joining the program, you getting these results, just being able to get rid of the fear of eating more food and things like that, putting your trust in somebody else and just actually following through with it, right? What would be your advice to those people who, I guess, like are on the fence about the program or on the fence about just like making a transformation? What if it's not going to work for me? Like all these things, like, for a lot of people, that's one of the big things that is in the back of their head, right? What if it doesn't
Mhm.
work? All these things. So, for you, like, what would be your advice to those people who are kind of on the fence about, not only investing in themselves, but actually trying to go through the aesthetic dream transformation program?
I'd say to give yourself a shot, trust the program. It is going to do something for you as long as like you're ready to show up for yourself and to prove to yourself that you can be consistent and make the change in your life that you're ready to make.
Absolutely, I love that. And for you, right, like, kind of go on to the last question. Would you recommend a friend to go through the program and why?
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend like my twin sister to go through the program, my closest friend, just because you also learn so much about yourself, not only about like fitness and um like habits. You kind of get to know like your body more and yourself, and if you have any like struggling thoughts, you get to sit with those more and like address them and still show up for yourself and like stay consistent without kind of giving up.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. I think you gave a lot of golden nuggets to just a lot of people because I feel like they have fear. Not only like obviously in the program, right? Like most of these times, like when it comes to doing stuff like this, a lot of people have fear in themselves, right?
Mhm.
Where it's like, hey, what if I quit halfway, all these things. So definitely give
Yeah.
a lot of golden nuggets with you just being able to do this and just actually executing and following through your word, right? So again, I'm so fucking proud of you.